groups like us as we did. Then we are active to come and start.
Are we teaching or just putting?
Just local interruptions. If you want to participate, you can participate. But just know that everything is now ready and the recording has started. Is almost starting.
Just input or
adding, yes. So maybe what we are going to do now, we had done this in our class last time in our physical class, but now for our online class, purposely to record this, to have this recorded, we'll first enter inventory, and you help us enter the inventory, and then I'll pick on from the transactions, isn't it? Okay, I think it's ready to go. What is your name?
Albert Mukasa.
Albert Mukasa. Yes.
Brian, be useful there. Brian, tell me what to do next. Which date are we using?
1st December 2018, and for the asset account, it is sales.
Okay. What else? I do. Unit of measure, each. Is it each? What's the cost? Inventory part, but another group. Food items. Close that one. that a spelling of full caps?
Thank you so much. Maybe we can clap for him. Yes. So now we now have the inventory set, and we can view our inventory from. Can have an inventory report. Under reports, then inventory, then inventory valuation summary. Inventory valuation summary shows all the items that we have entered, the opening balances of our items that we have entered, and actually even the percentage margin, since we were entering the cost price and the selling price. And this should reflect the value of assets in the balance sheet. And a balance sheet can be gotten from reports, then company and financial, then balance sheet standard. Then our inventory asset is this one. This is the figure, the total value of the items of the inventory that we entered. We shall go straight to the transactions. We shall repeat all the transactions we had done in the other class. And so they say on 7th of February, purchased 500 roofing nails, 200 iron sheets, 300 bags of cement, and received the 2.5 discount from Tata Industries. And I've said to do this, we shall receive that inventory with a bill. And who are we purchasing from? From Tata Industries. So our account payable is Tata Industries, and is the same vendor, Tata Industries. So if you entered the addresses of Tata Industries, they would that would appear here. So which items did we purchase? Which items did we purchase? You have the question. Roofing nails, 500. Iron sheets, cement, there are 300 bags of cement, and then we received a 2.5 discount. So that's discount received. So under terms, we will add a discount here. We'll look for terms here and add a new term, which is discount received. This will be 2.5. For discount, we add a new, which is discount received, and then we put the discount percentage from here. We need to edit the date, which is 7th of February. Yes. and then we can, you see the amount is appearing in US dollars because our accounts payable, Tata Industries, deals with us in dollars. That is the currency that he uses. So we shall save and close. You have changed the terms for Tata Industries, which is okay. So we shall click on yes. And then now we have to pay the bill since we purchased on cash, we paid. So we shall pay that bill. So we shall select the account payable here, which is Tata Industries. And the bill we are paying is for the items that we purchased. This one, not the first one. This one is the opening balance, which was already there from the previous trading period. So we shall click on that, check it, and then we shall pay it. Payment methods, here we have a check, but if you are using the other version 2010, the one in the other lab, you can even check on the payment method and you can put cash. And we shall pay with, let us pay with Barclays Bank since it is in USD. So we shall pay the selected bills. So the bill is paid, and you can choose to pay this payment as summary, or you can ignore it. So we shall click on done. Sorry, say I'm a little bit speedy. No, you will have time to. We had done this actually in the other class, but you will go back and watch it such that you can do it yourself. So purchases on credit. Purchase 500 tins of cooking oil, 100 crates of soda. A new unit of measure is coming up, crates. And we had entered soda in bottles, but now we have another alternative unit of measure. So before we proceed here, we have to change from single unit of measure to multiple units of measure, such that we can have more than one unit of measure for soda. So we shall move to edit preferences. That is where we shall set it from. Our preferences, our items, and inventory. We shall change from single to multiple units of measure. And then we shall click OK. When you set up something new in preferences, QuickBooks must close and open. So we shall go back and receive items with a bill. For the bill, we are not going to pay immediately, and the bill is from Jaipa Traders, purchased from Jaipa Traders. So it's the same vendor, Jaipa Traders. So here we select account payable as Jaipa Traders and the vendor as Jaipa Traders. And now the items are tins of cooking oil. There are 500 tins. Quantity there 500. The other item is soda. Soda, and it is in crates. 100 crates of soda. So we shall select soda, And then here, you see the unit of measure is bottle. Bottles, but we need to add an alternative what? Unit of measure. So we shall click there on the unit of measure and we add new. And our unit, our bigger unit is great. We choose the abbreviation you want. And here there is hash number of bottles in this unit. We convert from a smaller unit to a bigger unit. So we shall be converting from bottles to crates. So how many bottles are in a crate? There are 24 bottles. We shall click OK. And then we purchased how many? 100 crates. So here you see there is a provision for 100 crates and 100 bottles. So we shall choose 100 crates. And in 100 crates, there are 2,400 bottles. This is how you know that the unit of measure you set is right. And of course, the price will be calculated automatically. Our next item, there are only 2 items, soda and cooking oil. And then we have other costs, transport and labor. Transport and labor costs. Transport and labor costs, we shall add them under expenses. Now you have an items tab and then an expenses tab. So we will add those new expenses there. And first expense, but since these are like college expenses, we can even make them other expenses. One is transport. Since it is not in our chart of accounts, so it is not appearing anywhere. But if I press enter, then there is a provision to set it up. So I will set it up under other expenses. Call it another other expense. That's the category I'll put it in. Continue. Transport. And the amount is 500 US dollars. And our other expense is what? Labor. Let me see, is it labor? Yes, labor charges. It is labor charges. Shall I set it up? And it is $200. So we have our bill set, but we have a discount. Now this discount goes to JIPA. Now there are 2 alternatives of how you can add this discount. You can go and in your vendors list, in your vendor center, you can change the payment terms of JIPA, and you put that discount percentage as 2.5, or you can add it directly from here. But since this discount is also a discount received, after setting it up, you will need to go back and change the terms from, as we shall demonstrate that. Let me first save this, and then we shall change the terms. So we shall change that term from reports, list, then terms listing. This is how I'm going to do it, from reports, list, then terms listing, and then all your terms are there. Discount received is this. I'll change it to 2. Since the other one we had saved it and it was already applied, so it will apply this new one to the previous bill. So I'll click on OK and change that term. Remember, all these are lists: the inventory list, items list, and those lists should be there of terms list. Yes. Now we have to continue. Returned 200 tins of cooking oil to JIPA traders due to long specifications. So we shall not edit that bill, but we shall go back and instead of billing him, we shall write a credit. We shall credit him with that amount. So we shall go back to receive inventory with a bill. You're following? Are you following? JIPA, you see JIPA traders. And the date is 10th of February. 10th of February. And the items returned were cooking oil. The quantity is 200 tins. So instead of billing him, we shall credit. You see this? We shall choose credit. There. And now even you can see this from here. We are billing him and now crediting him. So that money will be deducted from the amount that we are supposed to pay him. So there we shall save and close. You're following? What was the question? Okay, we shall proceed to selling items on credit. So how do we sell on credit? In real life, what do you do? Which document do you issue to your clients when they buy on credit? What do you write to them? You write to them what? Why are you whispering it? People don't tell us, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Yes, what you want to tell us? Class rep, what do we do? we write an invoice. So we shall write an invoice. We shall create an invoice for credit sales. Shall create an invoice. And we are selling those items to Shahel on credit with a 2% discount. To Shahel, we already had Shahel in our customers. Make sure the customer selected here, the customer job and the account receivable are matching. Shahel traders. Then, which items are we selling? We are selling roofing nets, 200 kilograms. 200 kilograms of roofing nets. Iron sheets, how many? 600. The next one. Hammers, how many? Next. There are 20. Cement, how many? 85 bags. We have bricks, 2,000. So where do you think QuickBooks gets this amount? Where does it fetch this amount from? The rate. It fetches it from the inventory, where you entered it from. But you can always adjust this, let's say, in case you sell higher. You can always change this. It is changeable. It will allow you to change it here if you want to change it. Let's say you find the, you know, in business, some people take advantage of the customer's ignorance of the price, and if he buys more, he is willing to pay more for, let's say, roofing nails, each kilogram. Let's say he's willing to pay 10,000. You can even edit it from here. You can edit it, so it will allow you to do that. And when was it? It was 12th of February. Oh, it is here. 12th of February. So this is our invoice 1. And we shall save and what? We shall save and... If we have not put the terms, why do you want us to save before putting the term? So this is discount what? What type of discount is this? It's a sales discount, which is a discount allowed. Discount. We shall add a new still. Discount allowed. And it is which percentage? 2%. And we shall click OK. We shall save and close. You have changed the Sahel traders terms for this transaction, and this change will reflect your current transaction. Do you want to make it permanent? Reflect all your past or no future transactions? Then now we have sold on what? We have sold on credit. Now that will increase accounts what? Account receivables, the value of account receivables, especially from Sahel traders. Now we are selling on what? The next transaction is selling on cash. In real life, what do you do if someone buys on cash? You issue them what? You issue them a receipt. So we shall create what? Shall create sales receipts. Is that easier? I think now you're starting to enjoy the software, and you're even confident enough to sit for your next exam. Isn't it? So we shall, and who are we selling to? We are selling to Ahmed. We are selling to Ahmed. Instead of saying sorry, you are there laughing. We are saying to Ahmed. So we shall add Ahmed in our customers list. So add quick. I've just added him. This is the simplest, the easiest way of adding him. If you know he's dealing in the local currency, so you don't need to go. If you don't have more details, all the details about him, what you only have is the name. So you simply add quick. You simply set him up like that. So which items are we selling? We are selling pens. Are they bill or by how many? 1,000 Bayer pens. The next one. So we have chalk. How many dozens? We are selling 200 dozens. What else are we selling? Pencils. How many? 500. What else? Soda now. Soda comes again. Soda, how many crates? 60 crates. Now when I choose 60, they will ask 60 bottles or 60 crates. So we have, it is crates. 60 crates. Convert 60 bottles to crates. I'm saying crates. Is that all? And it is on 4th of April. So 4th of April. So we shall save and what? Save and close. If you have any memo that you want to add, customer message, this can also be included in a template actually. A message, a customer message you want to include. A payment method. Payment method here, we choose cash, check. Maybe we sold on cash. I can even click on cash here. It is allowed. So we save and what? We save and close. We have a notification here. When we sell or receive money, there is always a notification here on the recorded deposits. We are receiving money, but it is hanging under deposited funds. It is in an account we call under deposited funds. So we need to deposit this money on one of our accounts. It's one of our bank accounts, or if we have a cash account. So we shall record this. We need to record this deposit. In the other version of 2010, it will not show you that notification, but that transaction will be there. So we have a cash transaction, some cash to record, which we have received. So we shall check this out. If we have more than one, we can select all. And so we shall click OK. Now it will come here. Where do we want to deposit it to? Now, if you have a cash account, you can deposit it on a cash account if you have not transferred it to the bank. But now here, we shall just deposit it on our Stanbic Bank, which is our home currency account, isn't it? So we shall simply save and what? Save and close. And that money will be deposited on our Stanbic Bank account. It will increase the value of the amount that we have on Stanbic Bank. Yes. The deposit? No, we haven't reached there. We have just sold. We have just sold on cash. We sold on cash, and then you will see that maybe if you review the video, you will rewind and play it. And yes, you can deposit it on your on any of your banks, but I prefer my home currency account. If you have a cash collection account, then you can deposit it there. But let's first let us receive cash from Sahel. It will require us to also deposit that money. Let's first continue. Receive cash from Sahel traders in settlement of the dues. Which dues? Of the ones he had bought on what? On credit. Of the items he had bought on credit. The one where we issued an invoice. Are we following? And so now we will simply receive what? Receive payment. As you see the arrows, we created an invoice here. We are receiving money, the payment here, and we will need to record it. Here where we made the cash sale, we still needed to record what? That deposit. So we shall receive payment from Sahel for all the dues. Now Sahel, we are receiving from Sahel traders. And here the account receivable should also be Sahel. Now you see we have two transactions. The one is the opening balance. The opening balance, the 500 the 5 million which we entered as an opening balance account receivable, and now we have this which we invoiced him, but we are receiving all in settlement of all the dues. So we shall receive both, the one that we are owing him and the one he has just bought where we issued an invoice. So I can simply select both. And this is a total amount of 41,355,000. So we shall, and what was the date for that transaction? It was 5th of April. So it is on 5th that we received this amount. And then we shall save and what? Save and close. Now you see a notification. Now those of you are asking how to record the deposit. Now we have another deposit to record because we have received money from our customer account receivable. So we simply click there, and then what we need to do is to select that transaction, that payment, PMT, from Shahel Traders, and then we click OK. And now here, where do we want to deposit it? We shall deposit it on our home currency account. That is what I want us to record it. Let's record it on Stanbic. And then we shall save and what? Shall save and close. So that money will also be deposited on our Stanbic bank account. Are we following? And things are becoming easier, isn't it? They are becoming easier. They are. You expect our next class to be simpler than this? Yes. No. So now we are paying. The next transaction is paid Jaipa Traders by check from Barclays all the dues for the goods purchased on credit. Now it is us paying now. Where do we go? We pay what? We pay bills. Since we have him recorded in our accounts payables, in our creditors, the other version will show you suppliers. So we shall pay bills, isn't it? And then we shall select the account payable. The account payable is what? Jaipa Traders. And then it will reflect the bills. The first one is the opening balance, and the second one is for the items we purchased on credit that we had purchased on credit from him. So we will select the two, since we are paying him all the amount due, and we shall pay. We can pay with Barclays Bank. See the amount. How much money do we have on Barclays? Here you can choose the bank which we paid with a check case from Barclays Bank. So we shall pay him using Barclays Bank account here. So you select the account as Barclays Bank here, and then you can do what? You can pay the selected bills. And so it shows you this amount, the total amount we have paid in US dollars and still in Uganda shillings, because it converts it automatically, given that we had set the exchange rates. So we shall, you see, you have a provision to even print this, but we shall click on done. I hope you will practice these things more often, and then even the other questions that you have, you will try them. And then where you have issues, then I told you I'm available. You can contact me and I'll give you the assistance. So we move to our last transaction, which is these items were destroyed on fire, by fire. So we are making adjustments in our inventory. So wheat flour, maize flour, reams of foolscaps were destroyed in fire. If you're using the other version of which we have in the other computers, you will simply find a stock adjustment. But here you will come to inventory activities, and then you choose adjust quantity or value on hand. So that is what you will click on. And you need to create an adjustment account. Now items were destroyed by fire. So which type of account do you think it is? Where does it lie? Does it lie under cost of goods sold? Is it an expense? Where is it? So it would be it's an expense account. So we shall create an adjustment account, which we shall call, let's say, damaged goods. And we can account type can be an expense account, damaged goods. And then we shall save and what? Save and close, and then find the items from our items list. Wheat flour. So wheat flour, the available on hand is 1,800. And how many were destroyed in fire? 45 packets. Our quantity difference is minus 45. And then we shall have a new quantity here. Isn't it? You get it? What is our next item that was destroyed? That other part is 69 packets of maize flour. 69 packets of maize flour. 69 packets. So it is still minus what? 69. And we have a new quantity. You can put some description here if you wish so. And our next item to be destroyed was rims, and 70 of them were destroyed in fire. Are they paper? What are those items? Foolscaps. Yeah, foolscaps. Foolscaps and 70 rims were destroyed in fire. Minus 70. The other item that was destroyed is exercise books, and 14 dozens were destroyed. Exercise books and 14 minus 14. And when was it? It was on 9th of April. So we save on what? We save on close. And now we need to have a look at our reports. Do you know how to export the reports to Excel? Then profit and loss. Let's start with the profit and loss. And QuickBooks is such good that you can customize the dates and the reports. You can have, let's say you're using it on a daily basis. You can have a daily reports. You can have monthly, weekly. But now we want to have all for all. So that is our report. That's our report, and we have a net loss. We are making a loss. So if you want to export this report in this version, you will simply click on Excel there, and the other version you will click on export. There is a provision to export here. So we shall click on Excel, create new worksheet, and then it will be exported to Excel. This report will be export. So that's how we shall export our reports. All the reports can be exported in the same way. Wait for Excel to open. So that is one report, which is our profit and loss. Our exported file is ready, and here it is. Here it is in Excel. So if you want to preview it, you can. I know you know how to save this file. You can to save it in your names. In any case, the question asks so. So let's print preview. So if you want to print preview this, you can have it there. So you have your report there in accrual basis. And let's proceed with other types of reports. That was income statement. You can have your balance sheet, company and financial, your balance sheet standard. And you see for the balance sheet is there. Why do we have a negative? We overdrawn our Barclays bank account. When did we do that? So we have our balance sheet as it looks. So it looks like. Why is everything negative? Here you got traders. So you can also export it in the same way. How another report, we can have a look at our company snapshot. Company snapshot. Company snapshot summarizes what is happening in your company, the account balances, your top customers by sales, your accounts payables and accounts receivables, incomes and expenses from January to, let's say, December, and then you also have comparison of previous and the current year. So that is, and then that is company. You can have payments, a summary of payments. There's a summary of payments, loading. And you can have a summary of customers. Loading. The best selling items, you can see they are here. So quick analysis of what is happening in your company. So you can have all these. Which other reports? There are very many reports that you can view. inventory summary, valuation summary. You can have a sales summary by customer or by item. When you have two customers who bought items, and there they are. And you can even print or email or export this report. And so there are some other things that you need to know that are not included in the question. Maybe for purposes of learning and your practice, you need to know them. You need to know them. Now, how do you transfer money from one account to another? It is important that you go to banking and you transfer funds. You transfer funds. Banking, then transfer funds. There are some accounts where we had negative balances. We can transfer there some money, probably. Transferring funds from Citibank, where we have 12,000 GBP, which we have not used. So we can transfer it to, let's say, Barclays. So we have to select the currency. Let me just use the home currency. Transfer must be the same as the one. Transfer funds to. Why is it choosing transfer funds from Barclays? Let me check. Transfer it from to Stanbic. From Citibank to Stanbic, and we can transfer. Let's say the transfer currency here matters a lot. You have to check which currency is being transferred. So transferring that much, 1.2, and then you can simply save and close. That money will be transferred from that account to another. And then how do you make direct deposits on the bank account? Now you make direct deposits from an income account. Make deposits. Can make deposits directly, say from an account. And if here from, you can receive it maybe from your vendor, from rather your customer, or other source. Let's say it's a donation. Let's say, for example, it's a donation or owner's equity. You are just adding more money, injecting more money in your business. Owner's equity. You are injecting more money in your business. Owner's equity, and let's say you are injecting 12 million, say, in your business. Owner's equity, you're just depositing that money directly. You choose the account where that money will be deposited. Say on Barclays. Has to be a home currency account. It has to reflect the currency. The currency should be matching with the bank where you're depositing the money to. 12 million. And then we save and close. Now that money will be deposited. You are about to post an account. And now someone I ask, how do I spend money directly? You're spending money on some of the expenses in your company or in your business. So you will need to write checks directly. If there are not outstanding bills, you simply write checks to spend that money. And you need to have the account, the expense account. So we simply write checks and let us spend using our Stanbic Bank account. So you need to choose the account that you will be spending with. Let's say you're spending to you have a vendor or supplier that you're paying, let's say for entertainment, DSTV. Say you have paid some money to DSTV, I added the vendor, DSTV, pay to the order of DSTV, and the expense account, let's say, is entertainment. Let me see if it is there. Meals and entertainment. No, I simply want entertainment. Entertainment. I can add a new account. Expense account. I'll continue. And then entertainment. And then we are spending, let's say 200,000. Wait for them that amount. Then I'll save and close. That money will be deducted from our bank account. If I go to my company and profit and loss, so that will be recorded in our expenses. In our expenses, entertainment. You see it? 200 is here. So that is how you can spend money. If the name of the vendor is not named, you can still write a check. Let's say to which account? Let's say to travels and transport, travel expense, and it is 400,000. You are spending it using also Stanbic Bank, and you have generally calculated all the amount, so you are not specific to the vendor that took that money, the supplier or an associated person. So you can simply spend it like that to still be recorded. Save and close there. So if you go to your reports, company and financial, profit and loss, you'll find that expenditure and travel expense. It will also be tracked. Just in case you want to see how you have been working on your banks, you can even have can use register. Let's say you want to edit one transaction. Let's say deposit. You made a wrong deposit on the bank. You only use registers to edit those accounts. So if I go to bank and use register, and I go to Barclays or Stanbic Bank, I want to see how the account was flowing. I click Stanbic and I click OK. You can see which transactions happened that I carried out using the Stanbic Bank account. This was the opening balance. This was the deposit, the undeposited funds from the receipt, and then from Shahel, who paid us, the owner's equity that I deposited, and the expenses on entertainment, travel, and then the bank transfer that I did. That is what transpired on the Stanbic Bank account. So what else do you need to know for now? I think almost coming to the close of today's class, but you might need to edit the templates. Some of the templates of these receipts and documents that we issue out, invoices. You might need to change the way they look. These are templates, or you need to add your company logo on the receipt, for example, because you want to print it. So you can do that from lists and then templates. Then you can see all the templates of what we are using in our company. If you want to edit a template, let's say a receipt, a sales receipt, custom sales receipt, this one. You can view your receipt. This is how a receipt looks like. And if you want to add your company logo, you can click on logo, use logo here. And if you have a logo on your computer, you can select it and add it there. Then your logo will be added on your what? On your receipt. You want to remove some of the details that appear in your on your receipt, you can remove them. You can apply color schemes. You can change the font of your receipt or other templates that are used here in QuickBooks. All right. Any questions? And I think we call it. Let us call it a day. Someone has asked, how do we edit errors? Errors. Let's say you have errors in your general journal. In your general journal, let's go to a chart of accounts, and you have. Now it depends on which error. Some errors cannot be edited, but each error leaves an audit trail. Whatever you do here, I can trace it. I can see how you are deleting accounts, how you are fidgeting with this and that. That can be seen in the audit trails. But let's say I want to edit transaction. Let's say that happened on my Stanbic Bank. I can come and delete, let's say, this deposit. If I want to delete, I can delete the deposit. I can come and delete that. By double clicking, you will need to know how to use the general journal, how to, let's say, if I want to delete this fixed asset, I double click in it and then come and edit this general journal. You credit, you debit, you delete, and you cannot delete, let's say, a sales. Let's say you have already recorded a deposit. If you have already recorded a deposit, for example, here you received money, you made sales, and you already recorded a deposit, and you want to delete or edit a receipt, a cash receipt, that will not happen, not until you first delete that deposit. And to delete that deposit, it means you'll have to first go to banking, where you deposited that account, that proceeds. Let's say we deposit, go to use register, want to delete the other cash sale that we received. I'll go to, like I've gone to banking, and I deposited that money on Stanbic. I click on Stanbic and go back. I'll see the register. This is the money that I deposited after selling. I'll delete this deposit. The deposit was made from some payments. Deleting it could change the payment. Do you want to delete it anyway? Okay, I want to delete it. So I proceeded and deleted it. So when you delete it, it comes back here. You see there is that notification, because I deposited it, but I went back and deleted it. So I have to revise my cash sales receipt. Now I'll go to my sales receipt and then go back and look for that transaction. This is the transaction I delete. Now I have a provision to delete it here. So that is how you can edit some of the errors that you have made, isn't it? I wish you luck. I wish you luck, good luck. And of course, you have to practice. We are not only imparting skills, but we want you to get skills and also excel like you want to. Isn't it? Have the best of your time. Thank you so much for participating. And please watch this and share it with your friends. Thank you so much. Isn't it? Yeah. We call it a day. The videos are available online. I don't know when, but it will be online. before the end of tomorrow. I don't know how long it will take, but it must be uploaded. It won't take a day. Yes. If you go to YouTube and search for UCU e-learning, you can watch this video. You can replay this video, and you can see the previous video that we recorded. Some of you actually watched it because it was the most watched video. So we call it a day.